Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. In the last episode we started off this whole steel production loop, and I've made a few little tweaks because I had some issues with trains getting lost and things like that. Anyway, it's still basically this one-way loop, but now I've added new trains, and I'll quickly pause it while I show you new trains. One train over here, which is basically just a steel shunt. That's just going to go from here to there. And the train that I used to have the loop doing, picking up steel and then machines and then going over here to Colorado Springs is now just a boxcar train. And maybe I can find it here somewhere. It's the machines line now. Maybe I can find it. Oh, yeah, it's underground here at the moment. And it's carrying about 173 machines. It's just picked it up going through to Colorado Springs. So it's again... it's a pretty long, just boxcar train, so we can move as many machines as possibly we can. I've removed all of the trucks off these roads, and I have duplicated our trains on these lines. So we have two trains now. So we've got about a 700 rate on this, which of course we will need to up a little bit. We can't even get to the 400 mark as we go at this moment in time. So we'll keep an eye on that. I think it is going pretty well. I think it's going pretty well. I do wonder why. I think this is a new train that I just bought. And so it's basically running through here now. Nothing to sell just yet. But it will be picking up some stuff on its next loop, I think. I have been having trouble with a few other trains running on this loop as well. But anyway, I think that should give us a pretty good line. So now we've got plenty of machines hanging out over here. Now the question is, who is this waiting for? It's waiting for the New Haven to Worcester and Colorado Springs cargo line. Which has only got the one train on it. Let's have a quick look at this line. I just want to manage this line and quickly have a look. So at New Haven, you're picking up food and you're unloading machines. That's fine. At Worcester North, you're loading tools and you're dropping off food. And at Colorado Springs, you're loading machines and you're unloading tools. So that train should be a pretty good train to deal with. What I am kind of wondering is whether we double up on it. I mean, let's just double check that one. It's 15. Yeah. I think let's manage that line or manage the vehicles. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that vehicle so we can move a little bit more on all of these things. And now we'll pop in over here to New Haven and have a quick look at what we're doing with our machines. That machine's number is coming up quite nicely now. And so New Haven, I'm hoping, is doing a pretty decent job. There's still a lot of oil and other things hanging out in this station here. Okay, so that should do the trick. I do want to have a quick look at the Fort Worth kind of cargo line that we're running here. These are all passenger lines, I believe. Well, actually, that's a oil line bringing fuel all the way down. And we do probably have to have another quick look at, this loop may benefit from a dual line operation. But this is the one. So I'm kind of in a place where I think we should probably switch over to different trains for different cargo types. It's just more efficient that way, I think. So if we manage the line, I just want to have a look. Wow, this is going practically everywhere. So it's going from at New Haven, it unloads blanks. I don't think there's a need for that anymore. I don't think there is a need for the blanks anymore at New Haven. So I'm going to drop that. Tools and food needs to go there. It will load machines. It could load machines, yes, and it would load food, and why would it unload food? Okay, see, this is a little funny, and it's doing some goods as well. I want to redo some stuff over here. So what are we moving around over here? So blanks was the only one, actually. Planks was the only one, and as long... Oh, we're still moving planks to Vancouver. But, okay. So if we're loading planks at Fort Worth Annex, and then it goes to... Oh, it's coming back. Hang on. So this doesn't need to stop there anymore. At Fort Worth Annex this time around, it picks up planks and it goes there. You know what? I'm going to remove Fort Worth Annex completely from this line. Okay, that side and that side. Okay, now we'll see. So from New Haven, it's going to load these things. Yes. Then it goes to Lower Fort Worth where it's unloading goods. It's going to go to Vancouver sidings where it's no longer going to unload planks, but it can unload machines. And it's going to load tools and food. And then it's going to go to Elizabeth where it's going to unload all 4 of them as is required. But there's nothing to be picked up there at this point in time. And we've got a bit of a waypoint in there. So let's do that. Okay, so we've updated that one right there. And at the same time, then I'm going to manage this vehicle. Manage all of these vehicles. We're going to modify them and we're going to remove all of this. So let's redo that. Oops, we're going to remove all of those. I'm going to grab this color again and we're going to put some more boxcars on it. 1. How much is that? So, should we be doing up to a good there, maybe? So that's about 200 capacity on each one of them. Let's see how that goes. 200 capacity on all of them, and they're all going to maintain the good. So there we go. So hopefully that will run. Ooh, that's older wagons and newer wagons. Actually, quite interesting that it looks that way, and it's no longer going to be stopping at Fort Worth. It's just going to run straight through all the time. Excellent. That is a good one to know. Now, what we will need to do is add a separate train here that's going to run planks from there to there. That's basically what it's going to be. We're going to run planks from there to there. So we didn't move planks from here anymore, right? Nothing here is moving planks. It's only local cargo running through here. So they don't need planks and we're not running planks from here anywhere else. So that's all good. Anything from here, from this one, NH Cargo 2, yeah, it basically just runs through there. So that's all good. Nothing's going to do that. Now, what we will do is let's quickly pop in another line over here, making a fair bit of money. So from Fort Worth Annex all the way to Vancouver sidings, please. At Fort Worth Annex, you're going to go ahead and load up on planks, and on this side of the thing, you're going to unload the planks. And what we can do is we can see if we can put some wood on the line over here so that we logs on the line, so we can see if that'll work for us. Now, I am tempted to say you should at Vancouver sidings feel free to do any one of them, and similarly I'm also tempted to do that on that side. So let's do that. Let's just say Vancouver planks, van planks, Vancouver planks. So let's just van planks. Let's just do it van planks. And I wonder if we've got a van planks line on anything else. But anyway, here we should be able to then quickly get ourselves a bit of a train going here. So let's get ourselves the electric one there. I do wish we had different colors as well. Grab one of those, grab a few of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Something like that should do the trick. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll buy it and we'll put it on van planks. Okay, good. Out of here, it should be getting out of this location as soon as we open up a little bit. And we can probably expand this a little, remove those things and expand it a little bit here. I think that would work. Ooh, actually, we don't have a connection here, so it's only going to go into the one from that side, but that's okay. It should be getting out of here. Nice, there we go. Okay, excellent. Nice, so now this thing should be putting planks on the line here, the van planks. Yeah, the van planks is doing its thing. Excellent, so all of that should be working pretty well. Let's pop in over here to the steel facility. Oh, we're looking at an upgrade here. Or are we? We're fully upgraded. You wonder, we're running... Where's our train? That's just going to be planks. This guy is picking up how many machines? 279. Yeah, that's looking pretty decent. You're making money, right? Ooh, it doesn't look like it at the moment. Bringing in some more steel this way. Oh, yeah, yes, this train is now looking to be holding a pretty decent number of planks, which will be sold over here. Nice, this train should be making money. I'm hoping. This guy should have just dropped off some stuff. And I do wonder where the next one is down the line. So that's one of those coal trains. And then the next one is on the way. Hopefully it'll get there before we run out. Basically, we're trying to maintain a steady stream. Yeah, it dropping off a little bit every now and again. But these trains should be making pretty penny, I think. Interesting. How many? Yeah, it's still got some left. Excellent, that's filling up. Probably need to get the next train here pretty quickly. But yeah, that's now producing a fair amount, I think. How much is waiting? Yeah, so that's okay. There we go. So that is looking pretty good, guys. That is looking pretty good. I hope we can continue to run that. And I'm hoping that means that we are really starting to produce a fair bit of... Yeah, absolutely. The machine numbers are going up quite a lot, and New Haven is growing. And we're providing practically all of the demand. Well, not all of the demand, but we're just short of all of the demands for all of the goods. So I do wonder when the next upgrade or next set of goods will come in here. Now, I had a bit of a message that these planes are probably out of date. So let's have a quick look at managing these vehicles. They're in a very bad condition. So let's see, what can we replace these selected vehicles with? I think we were running... What were we running? Oh, we're still running these guys? Well, maybe then we can give them a replacement. What is this guy? Boeing 752. Boeing. It's 2 people. Yeah, actually, that one is quicker. So probably we just maintain that and maybe replace them. Or, as you always point out to me, maybe just have a look at our maintenance. Actually, what's that vehicle doing? So very bad. Emissions is 95. It's probably starting to cost us a little bit more money. And if we have a bit of a look at the finances, doesn't really look to be that bad, to be honest. So if we look at this, can we add a little bit of running costs to... What would happen if we do that? Still very bad. And if we do very high, still very bad. Yeah, let's have a look. Maybe we'll see what that does. Okay, but that's pretty good. Now, getting back to things like Colorado Springs. So we are providing it with tools, and we are providing it with construction materials, but probably in need of a little bit more. And so my question is always, should we use this section of line to potentially move the things in here? What is happening on this side of things? So we're producing a fair bit, but we're not necessarily shipping it at an appropriate rate, right? Actually, we're transporting... No, not transporting everything. It's a pretty... I mean, we can up the service here a fair bit if we wanted to. And I do sometimes wonder if we do ourselves a little bit of a station over here, where we can run a pretty decent number at 400, and we can run... Yeah, 400 into 400 should be able to get us to another level. So one of these should be able to feed this one for quite a while. So let's see about getting a bit of a station in here onto this line. It's kind of what I'm contemplating. So if we pause it for a second, yeah, that train is out of the way there. Okay, so pause it for a second. I'm going to quickly take this piece of line out of here. So and then we'll replace it. We'll see about whether we maintain that or not, the road there. Now, cargo station at probably about 3 of these at 320. I don't think, well, we'll do high speed just in case anyway. Now, I don't think we need to do it that way. So let's just go back to 1. Yes, I think what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 bypasses basically like this. So if I do something like that, right? That's the plan. And now I'm going to configure and I'm going to add additional tracks here. So I'm going to do a 4-track section through this one, so that there's a bit of a bypass running at the same time as some other options. And I'll show you what we mean by that. We'll do that, and then we'll get ourselves a bit of a platform going over here. I may have to move or remove that, move that road to be able to make that work. Now get out of here so we can quickly look into reconnecting this. I will pull that back a fair bit so that we can look at lining those 2 up a little bit. So give me some tracks over here. I'm going to run it in the middle there. Ooh, 175 in there is not the end of the world. And these vehicles generally don't run super quick. 139 around there should be all good as well. We'll see what we use those for. But now, okay, of course, this is not aligned anymore. That should now be able to tie in there, I think. Let's see if that works. Okay, that seems to work. So let's tie this one in there. Yes, that's all good. And we'll tie that one back that way. So that's going to be all fine. Now we can continue to run this through there, and then we'll see about how we use those sections of line, and we'll see if we use the same thing on this side also. Anyway, that should help us out a little bit. That will give us everything we need, I think. So let's just put our signals back, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, that should work. So now we've got that over there. What we will need to do is just make sure we kind of connect these 2 together so that we can make that move, and that should allow us to get some additional capacity in here. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the configuration on this one also. So let's get rid of these 2 just for a minute, while we quickly add ourselves a little bit more along the line of tracks here. If we do that, to go in there, that could be quite useful. Now the question is, do we do a similar thing on this side? We won't. What we could do, we could actually bring it in as a separate one in here. Yeah, and then just have a terminus there. I think that's not too bad. And can we extend that platform? Oh, we can. And we'll add the track in there so we don't lose out on the track at all. Yeah, that is awesome. And now what we'll do is we'll just get ourselves the cargo building right over here. The collision is with the road, I think, not the track. Yeah, because if I do it there. Okay, well, I'm quite comfortable to quickly move a little section of the road here after I do a bit of configuration here. So let's just give me the big guy right there. And the other thing that's of course of some concern is what's happening on that side. So let's see how we best tie this in. So if we're going to go city streets. Okay, let's do a little bit of a so we'll do something like that. It's not ideal, of course, and that is now no longer connecting on this side. So we may have to look at how we're going to provide a little bit of access here. And I think, we could just extend the platform on the other side too. Actually, now that I think about it, when we do this, we can double up tracks here as a terminus kind of facility there. That doesn't want to work. It's a little unfortunate we've got that as a problem here. We may have to maneuver things a little bit, or we can see potentially we don't need this thing to be as long. Let's trim that back. Okay, we'll get new platforms on this side here. Yeah, I think that cleanup is going to work really nicely. And then what we'll do is we'll try and provide accessibility. Actually, I think we need to do a bit of a cargo building of some sort here. Is there something? Doesn't want to allow me much of a cargo building here, does it? If I just do this, it is in fact picking that up. So that's all awesome. So that should work. And now all I need to do is make sure we get our rail lines back out there. If we do this and we do that, does it work? Oh, it works. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And what I'll do at the same time is I will say, buddy, you need to go to manage the line. At Colorado Springs, I would like you to go to number 1. And you can also go to number 2, but no number 3. Okay, so you we'll have another look at that now. And of course, what that means is I would like us to run those directly in there. So a little something like this, a little something like that. Oops, wrong button. And we'll do a bit of a extended crossover here, because that'll allow us some flexibility in terms of, using the platform in question. Now let's delete that signal there. Now go back and have a look at this. Oh yeah, that's working. Okay, so that I think will help things out a little bit. Now this section through here would be a little bit easier to deal with. And we can also now start running this stuff in here. And of course, what we can do is give me a bit of track here. Okay, let's get rid of these signals quickly so that we can do our crossover here so that we can start running that as a train. Is it reasonable? Oh, come on. How come? Well, let's just do it this way. That's okay. We potentially don't need anything better than that I can think of. Okay, something like that. Let's just see how that works. So now we should be able to run a train in there to do its thing. And it'll go in here and then out that way. Yeah, that's going to be all good. Now, this will be moving these things. So let's quickly see. We add this one. We would like you to be on the one side. And you would then come all the way over there. Yep. That's all good, but at the Colorado Springs West, you can basically use either one of those two. I don't mind. And this is construction. So this is CS construction material via train, of course. And the closest one we have is over here. So here we will now need to, so that's the train component of it. The next thing that I was thinking of is we could put a bit of a station right over here for these guys to pick up on, and then move that across the bridge and onto the other side over here. So I think that's pretty good use of the infrastructure. So let's add yet another building, and that's probably going to be the last thing we do. Okay, so if we do something like this, we should have pretty reasonable access. And if this is about the plan that I'm thinking of. So if we do something like that, I believe a little section of country road right over here will see us have that connection work out. And then all we need to do is get the train back. So we'll duplicate the bridge here. And that's a bit of a slowdown, but should be okay. And then we'll run the train. Hang on. Probably need to run the train. Right there, awesome. And we'll just have the one train, of course, doing that. And we'll do it straight in there. Now, how about that? Okay, so that should work. So now I can set up a train to start running some of these quarries, the stone in here. That would work. We don't need any signals on it because it's just going to be a one single one. But I like the idea of it. So let's get that line set up. Worcester Annex to this one over here, which is Colorado Springs Halt. This is going to be the CS Stone line. Perfect. That's all good. So now let's buy a train for the CS Stone line. Should be fine. Now, what is the rate that we're looking for? Well, anyway, we're not going to be able to see that here. So let's get an electric train. Oh, I hate all of these colors. Don't know what to select. And then we'll go with cargo. And of course, stone goes into a gondola. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think let's just go with top capacity, 300. We'll purchase that one and we'll put it on the CS stone line. So make a run for it. So we start moving a bit more stone, get the road vehicles off. That's going to be kind of the last thing we do. I probably want to get the other train online as well. I just want to get CS stone to start moving a little bit. Yeah, there it goes. Thank you. These guys should be making fair bits of money. Good. We are looking pretty good. Almost 5 billion in the bank. This guy should have made a ton now. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, it's getting a little bit busier. How much is here now? 335. Should have some big trains running through here, picking this stuff up. The stone line going out that way. Excellent. Lots of stone hanging out there. Starting to pop out here. We should only be able to get about 400 production of this one. And then the question is there anywhere else we're getting stone from? No. We potentially can get stone somewhere else then. We'll have to have a look at what our options are. But I think that will probably send us enough stone to at least keep this going. Moving a bit of oil. Okay, let's just see that going. And then we'll put the... Yeah, this should up its production a fair bit. So we should be able to get some stone from elsewhere to kind of up that game a little bit more as well. So what I would like to do here now is just get another train. Electric, this one. Let's grab... I hate these colors. We'll do that one. And we'll do cargo with... this is construction materials, right? Yes, construction materials. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, 17. That's about it. We'll go and purchase that, and we'll put that one on the CS construction materials line. There we go. So now we should be running construction materials also. Oh, look at that one. Oh, it's not quite full though. But things should work a little bit better over here. The upgrade of the station should be good. What's happening with Colorado Springs? Is that growing at all? We're giving it all of the tools at once. Almost all of the construction materials. I don't quite know why we're not seeing a little bit of upgrades, unless it needs more public transport connectivity to various bits and pieces. This train is running pretty empty at this stage. Starting to consume a little bit more. Yeah, it's running pretty empty, but I think it's starting to pop up a little bit now that we've got that train here. I do wonder... Oh, you know what? One more thing that we're going to have a quick look at before we go is just have a look at whether we're actually able to move most of the stuff around. So let's look at coverage for construction materials ever so quickly. So if we're looking at the goods, so the construction materials really wants to head out to this way. Okay. So if I then... Oh, don't rotate it on me. Okay, so if we then have a look, we've got a bit of a line here. Oops, pause it. Local cargo is popping up over here, dropping down over there, popping in that area. So my question is really, should we potentially be dropping off? Yeah, no, I think that is about the right spot, really. But the question is, maybe we pop it up here and drop off somewhere on this location as well. So let's grab one more building, another bit of a cargo drop off. That's not going to get me the coverage I want, though. This one. if we do, give me this one. That is getting a pretty decent set of coverage over here. So I'm kind of tempted to run something up here and then something back down and tying it in over there. Yeah, I think that makes a fair bit of sense. So let's quickly do that. Okay, that's costing a fair bit of money. Okay. And then we'll grab ourselves a bit of a drop off over here then. There's really a little piece over there that's not getting its drop off. But yeah, this one right here should do the trick. It's just that one that's out of range then. But that's okay. So now if we go to CS local, let's just manage that line ever so quickly. So after Lee Street, I would like you to pop in over here and then go in that way. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. So hopefully that's going to pick up all of the stuff. And they should be able to pick up pretty much everything. So there we go. So that should allow... That should see us get the construction materials go that way, I would think. It's coming back. It's not getting anything picked up through here just yet. I want to potentially just get this line deleted, please. So let's manage all of these vehicles. I'm going to go ahead and give them a bit of a sell. And we're going to go ahead and manage that line. And we're going to delete the CS construction material road line. So there we go. Now it's being moved this way. That is good. So that's a bit of a improvement, I think. Okay, guys, I am going to leave it there. And I will see you in the next episode. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. And leave some comments, man. Leave some comments. See you next time. Bye-bye.